Give Me 99 here, looking at our latest just for fun project with electronics and cheap lo-fi amp building. And today we're looking at this little kit that I got from Radio Shack. It's a 3-watt mono amplifier. I'll try to move the camera over and give an idea of the printed circuit board. It's a kit that you get and put together. It has a little integrated circuit that solders directly onto the printed circuit board, just a couple of capacitors, and out to the battery pack, out to the speakers, and out to the input for the whatever audio source you're going to use. So I've kind of temporarily mounted them on this piece of poplar wood just to make it easier to kind of work with and show. And the idea in this project eventually is going to be to take this printed circuit board that's inside this little cheap Danelectro Fab Overdrive pedal, which is about the same size as the one on the back there, and make it part of the homemade amp, so that you actually have these little control knobs, kind of up selectable like they were on like a pig nose amp or something. So currently I've got it just outside plugged in so that you can kind of hear what it sounds like. Also, I did wire in a switch. It's my electronics reach for the day, about the extent of my ability, but I didn't want to have a switch so I didn't have to plug it into the battery back and forth all the time. So I'm going to turn it on here and see if it actually makes some noise. Currently hooked up to some kind of cheap AIWA speaker that came off of a radio that we had here around the house years ago. So you can hear loud, just with the 3 watts. And if we engage the pedal, you can hear a little overdrive, and that can get as loud as you want to pretty quickly. So I'll put the camera down so I can kind of play just enough to let you hear the difference. So this is with the overdrive on. Straight through clean. So all in all, the beginnings of a really fun project, and hopefully will end up being similar to the Cracker Jack box amp that I built before. That'll have some kind of enclosure to make it look kind of lo-fi and cheap, and then it'll become part of the collection.